Speaking of BGP and OSPF, we're going to go through how to configure both these protocols on a router, starting with BGP. The BGP, or Border Gateway Protocol, is used to connect different autonomous systems, as we've discussed previously. The routes on a router in one autonomous system can be advertised or shown as an available route to the router it's connected to on another autonomous system. Here's an example of a router in two different autonomous systems connected together. The interfaces that are connected on each router, right? They need to be in the same IP network. So these two are in the same IP network in order to talk to one another. So something to keep in mind is that each interface on a router requires an IP address in a different network. That means you can't have two interfaces that are on the same network in any one router. So now let's look at the configuration on the router for the autonomous system 701, right? And let's break this down, this configuration. Step 1 is giving the router BGP process an autonomous system number, which is the router BGP 701 command at the top. Step 2 is to type in the IP address of the interface we're connected to on the other router. So here's the neighboring router. There's the interface right here that we are connected to. So this interface belongs to the neighbor. And this is the interface that belongs to the neighbor that our cable is connected to. So that's where you get this. And then you also type in the autonomous system number of the other router, right? Which in this case is 32934. Then in step 3, we're going to use the available routers on our router that are not already connected to our neighboring router and choose the ones we want to advertise to our neighboring router in the autonomous system. So notice here, these IP routes, this is already connected to our neighboring router. That's this network here, which is why we're not going to be advertising those. We're only going to advertise the ones that our router knows that are not already connected to the neighbor. So when we add them, here they are now, we added these routes. We're going to advertise them to our neighbor. So as we add them, we are going to put the network IP, right? And the subnet mask. So for example, 71.247.200. Actually, no, 71.247.210.0/24 is directly connected to us. Like we're directly connected to somebody here, but it's not directly connected to our neighbor. So we're going to put that in here. Here's the network because we want to advertise this one. Same thing for 220, right? And so on. And these other ones, even if they're not directly connected to our router, we do have these routes on our router, so we can advertise them. And we did.